Here opens the court of Northshield, presided over by their graces Vladimir and Petronella, in the names of their majesties Ellis and Kieran, King and Queen, this 11th day of September, Anno Societatis 56. Their graces call Katrina Maestri and Mistress Thora.
Your graces, as regents, you speak for the royal patrons of the Guild and the Order of the Laurel. And as such, we have business with you.
Indeed, we have great interest in our artisans, whose skills enrich Northshield with beauty at home and renown in the great markets abroad. What is your business?
In their court at Queen's Prize Tournament, a day of great celebration of your artisans, their Majesties Kieran and Ellis instructed that Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh Mhórdha be elevated to the rank of mastery. Your graces, we beg a boon. Will you elevate Caoilfhionn to the order?
We shall, but we desire the counsel of the order. Herald, call them forth.
Their graces request the presence of the Guild and Order of the Laurel.
Noble order, upon consultation, do you desire that Caoilfhionn be added to your number?
Aye.
Then let her be brought before us.
Your graces, your majesties, wonderful people of Northshield, I am Aaron Polytomes of Buckminster, 7th Knight of the Crescent, and I bring before you one whose very words shakes thunder in this kingdom. Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh, defender of Nordskogen, protector of squirrels, and personage to all within the barony comes before you. She and her household make bold to make your appearance and acquaintance, so that she may see and receive her just reward.
Caoilfhionn, you have heard the will of the members of the order. You have heard the counsel of your peers, and taken stock of your craft and trade. We ask you again, is it your will to continue your craft, to affirm the ordinance of your guild, and to take the responsibility of mastery?
It is, your grace.
Then let us proceed. Although Caoilfhionn has not served an apprenticeship of 8 years as specified in the ordinances of her guild, we, as the patrons of this order, find that she is sufficiently skilled to be made a member of the same. But are there representatives of our great guilds and orders who would attest that she should be so elevated? Is there a royal peer?
Royal peers often speak of inspiration, and this is possibly the easiest speech I've ever done, because we had the honor of placing the coronet of Nordskogen upon her head. But in the past year and a half, which has been very difficult for our society, she has led the barony. She has given of herself, of her time, of her heart and her soul. She has made this barony a friendly place for newcomers, for those who have been in for 20 years. She has been the epitome of inspiration for not just Nordskogen, but Northshield and the known world. Your Majesties, this woman is my peer. Is there a member of the Order of Chivalry?
There is. I am here to speak for Her Excellency as a member of the Chivalry. I have not known Her Excellency long, but in the short time I have seen her as she has shepherded over the great Barony of Nordskogen through these tough times. She has done so with grace, courage, and strength second to none on any battlefield, and she is my equal. Thank you.
Is there a member of the Order of the Pelican?
There is, your graces. I have known Colleen for a very, very long time. She is, in fact, one of my dependents. And one of the things about art is that it has quite a component of service. It particularly has that component of service in all the teaching and all of the research that Colleen has done. And furthermore, she has been sharing it with everyone that she can. So in doing art to the level that she has, to your notice, to her guild members' notice, she has also perfected her art of service. I commend her to you most highly.
Is there a Master of Defense?
Yes, Your Grace. I am Niccolo Falconetto, and I often speak to sprezzatura, or staying true to the ideals that one has chosen within the SCA. And I have known Her Excellency for close to a decade. I've known her to take such great steps in the research that she has done, traveling over the oceans to study these techniques of other masters and find greater exemplars, delving into the craftsmanship of ages undreamt of by them. And for her deportment, she has truly shown herself. In all of these years, I have never once heard an accusation against her for taking the tips of threads provided by her patrons for embroidery, or using counterfeit lucha thread, or even copper gilt instead of goldwork, as some masters of mercers' guilds have been known to do. And the only times she has ever taken another person's apprentice to send for deliveries, it has been in her role as Baroness and not as a craftsman. As such, I happily commend her to you as my peer.
A guild master must uphold the honor of the guild by dealing honestly and delivering work of good quality, as set out by its ordinances. Is there a patron who will speak for Colleen?
Yes, Your Graces. I am Baroness Caoilfhionn inghen, and I have been Colleen's patron for many years. And I can also attest to what Nicola has said. She does not steal any of the clippings. She is very economical with her silk. She does not shirk, and she also is careful that she is only using wood light and not candlelit. Very important. But I have also traveled with her on these expeditions, where we have gone and studied together in private tutelage under the Royal Workshop, and so it enhanced her craft that way. And also, we went and saw a number of examples of the art, which she studied in extreme detail, such that I only managed an hour, and she probably went about 4. So yeah, she is greatly devoted to art, very honest, and an excellent and long cherished friend. Thank you.
A guildmaster must add to the good reputation of the trade among its customers. Is there a member of the populace to speak for Colleen?
Your Graces, yes. I am the Honorable Lady Bazina Titus. I haven't known Colleen for that long. I first really actually got to know her when she asked me to be her bad Baroness champion, one of them. And I kicked ass for her. And because of that, I mean, she was my inspiration. She was like, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to kick some butt. She is very much worthy. Everyone here has said pretty much anything I could actually say. Um, she has been an inspiration for me. She has taught me, even though it was modern, things to do with like stitch, I think it was, and she has inspired me to further my adventures in the ANS. She has asked me to be as the Baroness of Nordskogen, Baroness, sorry, of Nordskogen asked me to be her champion in the ANS, and for that, I mean, she was a very awesome, wonderful, wonderful person, and she is.
It is ordained that to be admitted to the Guild and the Order of the Laurel, a person must know how to practice a craft, according to its uses and customs. Do you, Caoilfhionn, affirm the statutes of your guild?
I do, Your Grace.
Do you affirm that you are a worker in the craft of embroidery and that you own a workshop in which to train apprentices rightly in that craft?
I do.
Will you attend, when summoned, the meetings and feasts of the Guild, but for illness, distance, or call to royal service, and give your share of time to its activities?
I will.
Will you endeavor always to produce work befitting your rank, and increase your labors and talents as befits your mastery?
I will.
Will you observe feast days and rest days, and partake in the life of the kingdom?
I will.
Will you give as you are able for the support of those who are sick or injured, bereaved or destitute?
I will.
Will you teach apprentices until they can perform their trade capably and knowledgeably, and take no more apprentices than you can support?
I will.
Do you swear not to use any unlawful things that should be against good conversations and honest conditions, which is to say, that you shall be no common brawler, dice player, or night walker, nor use the company of untrue jurors, nor customably haunt unconventable places, whereby and through whose poor demeanor and ill rule the said order and mystery might be brought into great infamy, slander, and rebuke?
I so swear.
Should you be found in violations of these statutes, will you dutifully pay the required fines to the crown and to the wardens and masters of the guild?
I will.
Will you strive not to behave yourself thoughtlessly in the way of speaking or acting amiss? And if you do, not take up your work again until you have reasonably made amends?
I will.
You have traveled across the known world and throughout Northshield. You have paid tolls and have not been found upon search. To deal in goods of poor quality. You have enriched the guild through honest dealings with patrons and by teaching well those who would learn. Therefore, we make you a companion of the Laurel. Is there a medallion?
Yes, Your Graces. While there are several medallions, I go first.
Now take from our hand this is the symbol of your order, the laurel wreath, which has ever stood for excellence. As we have acknowledged your excellence this day, are there other medallions?
Oh, this is the legacy medallion from your fellow peers in Nordskogen. And then this is the legacy medallion from the Kingdom of Northshield. Should I read the video? Can you read the video? Danner Kedlasmere, Giovanna Di Battista de Frenzia, first name, Cranach, Kinyu, Kevin, Eithne, Faricia, Myrid, Inges, Aileen, Simon, Ivan, Ku, Edwin, Margaret, Nicolo, Juliana, Orle, Petronella, Bayard, Bartel, Guinevere, Guttram, Ava, Sonisatha, Peter, Kudrum, Eldred, Roder, Elizabeth, Guinevere, Friedrich, Crispin, Katerina, Caridon, Tiphaine, Christophorn, Svein, Anecha, Tostin, Crodwin, Agni, Samia, Vlad, Bell, Thomas, Catriona, Bruno, Lucia, Aya, Aiseline.
Are there liveries that Khalid may bear, the sign of the order on guild days and feast days as befits her rank?
Yes, Your Majesty. Your Graces.
This garment is a reminder of the responsibilities of a peer to shelter and give aid to those who come to them in need or seeking knowledge. Let its weight remind you of this day.
Being thus elevated into the Guild and Order of the Laurel, we grant you the freedom of the Barony of Nordskogen, the right to do business and open a shop, and to be free of toll throughout North Shield. To wage law in the court of North Shield, and to train apprentices and present them in turn. Do you wish to swear your oath as a guild master at this time?
I do, Your Graces. I, Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh, swear to be true to the sovereigns and heirs of North Shield. I swear to be a good and true master of the Order of the Laurel, and to be in obedience to all the wardens and clothing of that fellowship. I shall not withstand nor disobey the summons of the crown and the wardens of the same order, at such time as I should be summoned, without a reasonable excuse to be had to the contrary. I shall not discover the lawful counsels of the said order and mystery, and I will keep them secret within myself. I shall come to the assemblies for the counsel and profit of the said order, and I shall not withdraw my person from its gatherings, so as not to bear its responsibilities. I shall keep to my power all the lawful ordinances and acts made within the said order, as far as shall concern or belong to my charge. And in all these things I shall well and truly behave, and keep this oath to my power. So swear I, Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh.
On behalf of the Crown of North Shield, we hear and accept your affirmation of the responsibilities and obligations of mastery, and decree and command that you be numbered among the Order of the Laurel. We rely upon you to continue to give freely to the people of North Shield, and for our part as they rely upon you
to advise us wisely in
all matters to which your guild shall touch. However, should you not do these things, you shall be judged guilty of bad faith, and may all hands turn against you for the breaking of your solemn oath. Herald, please read the scroll.
Unto the most noble order of the Laurel, members of the great guilds, all peers and noble persons to whom these letters are presented, from Kieran and Ellis, lawful sovereigns of North Shield, greeting. Remember by these letters that in proper ceremony before the coronation of our heirs, all customary actions were taken, testimony was publicly made, and most solemn oaths were sworn, such that Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh has been elevated to the rank of mastery in the Order of the Laurel. We therefore especially pray you cause the said Caoilfhionn to be counted among the membership of that great guild wherever she may reside. Provide due support to the said Caoilfhionn in fulfilling her obligations in respect thereof. Acknowledge the freedom of the Barony of Nordskogen granted to the said Caoilfhionn, and give her leave to seek the freedom of any other barony or like territory in which she resides. show to the said Caoilfhionn such honor and courtesy as is custom shown to a master of the great guilds, and in all other matters which concern the said Caoilfhionn, as regards yourselves, to be her most gracious and most assisting, by reason of the good stead which she holds as towards our kingdom, and the good service that we do witness in her, that we may hold ourselves and our heirs thereafter obliged to you for the same, in good keeping with our position as patrons of the Order of the Laurel. This given under our seal by our regent at the estate of the said Caoilfhionn's esteemed parents, the Barony of Nordskogen, on the 11th day of September in the 56th year of our society.
Rise, Caoilfhionn, and join your guild. Our business with the guild and Order of the Laurel is complete. Go forth and make your new number welcome elsewhere. Laurel.
For Caoilfhionn, newest member of the Order of the Laurel, vivant!
Vivant!
There being no further business, this Regency Court is closed. Long live the Bon!
Long live the Bon!
Long live the Bon Rian!
Long live the Bon Rian!
Long live the Prince and Princess!
Long live the Prince and Princess!
Long live Norshield!
Long live Norshield!
Would you like to swear your oath? Yes, your majesties. I, Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh, swear to be true to the sovereigns and heirs of Norshield. I swear to be a good and true master of the Order of the Laurel, and to be in obedience to all the wardens and clothing of that fellowship. I shall not withstand nor disobey the summons of the crown and wardens of the said order at such time as I be summoned, without a reasonable excuse to be had to the contrary. I shall not discover the lawful counsels of the said order and mystery, and will keep them secret within myself. I shall come to the assemblies for the counsel and profit of the said order, and I shall not withdraw my person from its gatherings so as not to bear its responsibilities. I shall keep to my power all the lawful ordinances and acts made within your said order, as far as shall concern or belong to my charge. And in all these things I shall well and truly behave and keep this oath to my power. So swear I, Caoilfhionn inghen Cheallaigh.
We accept the gifts of your talents and knowledge, and will rely on you to advise us wisely. As you light the way for Norshield, with honor and charity, we will act towards you respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love, that may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break this solemn oath.
Yay! Vivant! Thank you, your majesties.
We want to thank Vlad and Petronella, their graces, for stepping up and taking over in this situation where we weren't able to be there and present, and to make it so that Caoilfhionn was able to have this moment with all her
friends and family
Yep.
from afar that were traveling to the cities to be with her. So I hope you all had a good day, and we look forward to seeing the video.
For Caoilfhionn, vivat!
Vivat!